At the time of this video, the Wonder of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship. The varieties of dining, entertainment, physical activities, and open spaces for relaxation makes the ship a destination in itself. A key attribute of the ship's physical structures is the attention applied to the aesthetic appreciation of art and beauty. This video is an incomplete collection of random details experienced over 7 days.
It's February 26, 2023. We're in the port, Cape Canaveral, aboard the Wonder of the Sea. Just got on board. It's about 20 minutes of 4 Eastern Time. We are in a virtual cabin, number 406 on deck 9, and we are looking at the virtual screen. The only problem is going up on the upper deck, I'm trying to figure out where the video camera is pointing. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But in any case, this is what it looks like in a virtual balcony room. An inside cabin, virtual balcony. This is one of those soft screens. If you press on it with your fingers, it flexes a little bit. I'm about 5'10", 5'11 inches, so that's what, maybe a 6 foot, a little more than 6 foot height. The width of the screen. Width of the screen we will put at 36.5 inches. On the sides we have the standard heavy-duty curtains that you would normally have on a balcony, so it makes it look realistic.
This is our virtual balcony view at night at sea.
This is our Monday morning view of our virtual balcony. We're in Nassau, and it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I did go to one of the upper decks and look in the same general direction, and yes, that is the Mardi Gras next to us. So this is an accurate view of what would be seen on the starboard side of the ship. Although our cabin is on the port side facing forward, this is the view to the starboard side of our ship in Nassau. Wonderful view of Nassau, isn't it? So I'm in the men's room, somewhere on deck 6. You know, I don't know if I want to stand here and stare at that. It's 6:40 and we are arriving. Perfect day, Coco K. Perfect day, Coco Key. So here we have the daily newspaper, which you have to request. Otherwise, they expect you to use your app for information. Well, here's a downside. Let's say I want to know what time something is happening. Well, first I have to turn to my phone, which goes off automatically. I have to swipe, go through all the codes or anything. Now, if I do happen to have this thing on all the time, then I have to go select my app. Then there is the search for what kind of information do I need. So a bunch of things down here at the bottom. Okay, to search through those, find the right thing that I'm looking for, what category. Or my other option is, let's go to the sheet, what do I want to do? Let's find the appropriate page, and here's the time. So there's a difference of taking 30-40 seconds to 5 minutes to taking a few seconds of pulling this out of my pocket and turning to the item I want. The other thing we found handy on previous cruises, where this paper was the common daily information package, so we brought a highlighter and we could mark things that we specifically wanted to use. On the phone, I've not found a way to really highlight that. There is a calendar on here, but then I have to scroll down to the calendar, find the date, find the time, and then see if I put an entry in there. Hand type it rather than just have it already printed out. The big feature that I don't like about this app on the telephone is that I can't talk to it. It would be nice to pick up the phone and say, hey, tell me what time such and such is happening, rather than sit there and slide and scroll and poke and prod. It's easier for me to keep this paper folded up in a pocket, and if it gets wet, wrinkled, not a problem. Otherwise, I got to find a place to put my phone, carry it in a pocket somewhere. Don't want to get it wet. Can't drop it, can't bang it against something. If I lose the phone, I lose the phone. If I lose this, I go to customer service and ask for another one.
This is the walking and running track that forms a circle on Deck 5. We start at the port side exit of the forward elevator lobby. The expectation is to move counterclockwise. You also run alongside the tenders, which means most of the day there will be shade unless you're on the sunny side. But let's go for a walk and look at the markers. We are on the port side. From time to time, I don't know how many there are, it'll be these little
tip-out sections, pop-out sections. I guess you can stop, take a view of the ocean. Looks like we have a couple turns riding the waves out here now. I think there are at least two on this side, two of those little tip-out areas. The other side, I think has a larger. We'll find out when we get there. Every so often, there are markers on the deck. I don't know why that's 3 miles. I've only gone a few feet. We're now passing the aft lobby on the port side. And some more signs of encouragement. In the distance, we see the aft curve. We also see 2 more encouragement signs telling us the finish line is just past the bend. But I thought the start line was behind us, so I guess we'll find that in a while. Deck 5, we're looking through a window into the main dining room. Main dining room covers 3 levels. This is deck 5. They have a nice view of the lifeboats. Let's move on. Directional signs. Stay on a jogging track or look for a ladder way to the boardwalk in the amphitheater on deck 6. I encourage you to stop here and stretch. I guess you should have done that before you started. Also a reminder down here, walkers on the right, runners on the left. I think the yellow area is for spectators. And here we have a ladder way up to the next deck. Okay, around the bend and looking at the aft. These are good places if you want to watch a sunset or a sunrise and you know which side to be on. The yellow spaces in front of us are sufficient to put out some chairs. You can pause at the aft section, look up into the aqua theater area. Wave at the people who don't wave back. Continue our walk. I have to look before I step out into traffic. Cross the path. And we're coming up on starboard side. Just past the 5-kilometer mark. Here's a 3-kilometer marker. I think we'll have to walk around again, find the beginning. And being on the starboard side, another notice of the jogging track and boardwalk. Aqua Theater. Up that way. And we continue our walk. Are you thirsty? It's like an old time drinking fountain. Save the whales. Throw your trash in the appropriate container. More encouragement. Go, man, go. Not too fast. Spend it now. You may not last. I think all that rhymes somehow. So we're at starboard side, and we look again into the main dining room, deck 5. And back to our jogging walking path. We're approaching the after lobby from the starboard side. Still haven't figured out why this is 4 miles. Paintings depicting what you're supposed to be doing, apparently. This is a reminder that if you're running or jogging, walking, this is a one-way, anti-clockwise path. And we're approaching the Royal Promenade entry point. So if you're in like an embarkation, debarkation terminal where you go up those big walkways, this is one of the places you may be encouraged to enter the ship. Various ports, you'll be down 1 or 2 or more decks to take a tender or a gangway. Nice piece of information is if you are in a port that has a gangway, the gangway will be identified on your elevator, inside your elevator, where you select the floors. So here we have another promenade entranceway. If you're on an embarkation, debarkation terminal, this would be a second option for getting on the wonders. Probably a good idea. One of the things I don't like about traveling by air on a really big jet, they try to push everybody through one small doorway, single file, one at a time. For getting on this ship, at least they got 2 entrance ways, and you can sort of go sometimes as a group, 3 or 4 at a time. So still a good idea if you want to put 6,000 people on the ship as quickly as possible, while you're also trying to get another 6,000 people off the ship. More encouragement. To stop right now would be a waste, so journey on, just set your pace. Woo-hoo. This is the forward lobby. This is the forward elevator lobby. And we're soon going to make our way on the bow turnabout. So instead of just a viewing stand, we have a rest space. Tables, shuffleboard, ping pong. So tired of jogging. Stop down here. Wind protection at the windows, the upper vents are open. So there's always a breeze here. But it's clear, let's continue the walk around the bow curve. Reduce the speed when entering the tunnel. I guess this is the tunnel right at the bow. So, encouragement to slow down so you don't damage the walkers. Also ahead of us, there's a doorway up to the gym. Encouraging colors on them. Okay, here we have the doorway. Goes up to the spa. And the gym. Step up a little bit. Okay, come back down. Clear the track. Going from the bow to the port side. Going to the intended starting stop line, I guess. Somehow this is 4 kilometers. Then this is 2 kilometers. So somehow we get from 4 kilometers down to 2 kilometers. I haven't figured that out. Now on the port side, we have a different sitting area. No shuffleboard, no ping pong. Just a great place to sit. Look out the world. Watch the birds. Also the marking point, the start-finish line, or at least the start line. I don't know if I've ever seen anything designated as a stop. And in case you're lost, you are here at the start. I guess there's no place to end. So we'll go a few more feet. We'll be at the forward lobby where we started. Traffic is clear behind me. I can walk without being in the way. Don't understand how this is 5 miles. I've only done 1 lap around. The encouragement signs, 1 lap to go or maybe 3. Tonight's dessert can be guilty free. In any case, I am back at the beginning at the forward lobby, deck 5, and we will stop here. This video segment has two purposes. One, I want to give you the impression of the length of this ship. What it would take to get from one end to the other. I'm going to start a timer and walk to the forward part of deck 7. So start the timer and let's make a walk down deck 7 towards the bow. Cabin passageways are the fastest ways to go forward and aft, but you still have to deal with the bottlenecks in elevator lobbies and stairs. That's it. Cannot go any further. So about 4.5, 5 minutes for the average person.
Camera
Yes.
that goes into your phone.
Yes.
So I bet you that is so cool for concerts.
Say something. You're on right now.
Hi.
There you go.
So what's that?